Of course, we couldn't go through our entire communist newsreel without mentioning the set of events which specify the actual 1917 Russian Revolution. Here we go. In February, the actual February Revolution occurred. On the 23rd of February, International Women's Day, strikes and demonstrations in Petrograd grew over the next few days. On the 26th of February, 50 demonstrators killed in Znamensky Square. Tsar Nicholas II prorogues the State Duma and orders commander of the Petrograd military district to suppress disorders with force. 27th of February. The troops refused to fire on demonstrators. Deserters, prisons, courts and police farms attacked and looted by angry crowds. Okhrana buildings set on fire. Garrison joins revolutionaries. Petrograd Soviet formed. Formation of Provisional Committee of the Duma by liberals from Constitutional Democratic Party, aka Cadets. On the 1st of March, Order No. 1 of the Petrograd Soviet. The 2nd of March, Nicholas II abdicates. Provisional government formed under Prime Minister Prince Lvov. The 3rd of April, return of Lenin to Russia. He publishes his April theses. On the 20th of April to the 21st, April Days, mass demonstrations by workers, soldiers, and others in the streets of Petrograd and Moscow, triggered by the publication of the Foreign Minister's Melikyov's Note to Allies, which was interpreted as affirming commitment to the war policies of the old government. First provisional government fails. On the 5th of May, the first coalition government forms when socialist representatives of the Soviet leadership agreed to enter the cabinet of provisional government. Kerensky, the only socialist already in the government, made Minister of War and Navy. On the 3rd of June, the first All-Russian Congress of Workers and Soldiers Deputies opens in Petrograd. Closed on the 24th. Elects and Central Executive Committee of Soviets, the VTSIK, headed by Mensheviks and SRs. On the 10th of June, planned Bolshevik demonstration in Petrograd banned by the Soviet. The 16th of June, Kerensky orders offensive against Austro-Hungarian forces, initial successes only. On the 18th of June, official Soviet demonstration in Petrograd for unity is unexpectedly dominated by Bolshevik slogans. Down with 10 capitalist ministers, all power to the Soviets. On the 2nd of July, the Russian offensive ends, and the Trotsky joins the Bolsheviks. The 3rd of July to the 4th of July, the July Days, massed armed demonstrations in Petrograd, encouraged by the Bolsheviks, demanding all power to the Soviets. On the 6th of July, German and Austro-Hungarian counterattack, Russians retreat in panic, sacking the town of Tarnopol, arrest of Bolshevik leaders ordered. On the 7th of July, Lvov resigns and asks Kerensky to become Prime Minister and form a new government. Established the 25th of July. The 22nd of July, Trotsky and Lunacharsky are arrested. The 26th of August, second coalition government ends. The 26th of August to the 30th of August, Kornilov mutiny begins, when the commander-in-chief of the Russian army, General Levar Kornilov, demands, or is believed by Kerensky to demand, that the government give him all civil and military authority and moves troops against Petrograd. The 31st of August, majority of deputies of the Petrograd Soviet approve a Bolshevik resolution for all socialist government, excluding the bourgeoisie. The 1st of September, Russia is declared a republic. 4th of September, Trotsky and others are freed. The 5th of September, Bolshevik resolution on the government wins majority vote in Moscow Street. 19th of September, Moscow Soviet elects executive committee and new president, with Bolshevik majorities and the Bolshevik Viktor Nogin as chairman. 25th of September, the third coalition government is formed. Bolshevik majority in Petrograd, Soviet elects Bolshevik president and Trotsky as chairman. The 10th of October, Bolshevik Central Committee meeting approves armed uprising. The 11th of October, Congress of Soviets of the Northern Region until the 18th of October. 20th of October. First meeting of the Military Revolutionary Committee of the Petrograd Soviet. The 25th of October. The October Revolution is launched as MRC directs armed workers and soldiers to capture key buildings in Petrograd, including the Winter Palace. In other news... Wait! Yes? Okay, I'll tell them. I just need to write this down. Breaking news here, folks. It's fresh from the newsroom. Breaking. Lenin is dead. I repeat, breaking news, Lenin is dead. It appears that Lenin's health had already been severely damaged due to his intolerable strains of revolution and war. The assassination attempt earlier in his life also added to health problems. The bullet was still lodged in his neck too close to the spine for surgeons to remove it. In May 1922, as we well know, Lenin had his first stroke. He was left partially paralysed on his right side, and his role in government declined. After the second stroke, in December of the same year, he resigned from active politics. In March 1923, he suffered the third stroke and was left bedridden and no longer able to speak. It seems today, on January the 21st, 1924, Lenin has died. Rumours of Lenin's syphilis sprang up immediately after his death. The official cause for Lenin's death was cerebral arteriosclerosis, or a stroke, his fourth. But out of the 27 physicians who treated him, only 8 signed onto that conclusion in his autopsy report. Therefore, several other theories regarding his death have already been put forward. Today's communist quote of the day.
This broadcast has been sponsored by Communism. It's a party.
Welcome to dreary Siberia. You still filming? You can't like do like a hula dance. Wait, do that again. I'll ask you for a drink.
The cold Siberian weather has forced us to take our interview inside. Would you like a drink, Mr. Lenin?
Yes, please.
Can I ask you some more questions?
Yes, you may.
What were your contributions to the 1905 revolution and the Russian Revolution in general?
Don't have the right.
In other news. Drink. In other news. In other news.